We're with Mike Rozman, co-president, Boefly. Mike out of Needham, Massachusetts. We've been reading a lot about small business financing. The numbers are down. How does that translate to the franchise financing world?
Sure, and thanks for having me on, Bob. It's great to see you. One of the things that we do closely in partnership with the IFA is track activity in franchise lending. And we're actually seeing it up year over year. Our most recent numbers are it's up just a hair over 5%.
2008 was the peak of all small business financing. How does that compare to 2008 versus to today?
Yeah, so we're still down from the historical highs for sure, but we are carving our way back. So when I'm looking at the numbers, I'm looking year over year. So January of 2013 compared to January 2012, we're up just a hair over 5%. Now it's still off from those other highs, but we're going in the right direction. It's a slow slog back, Bob, but it's something that to me shows that we are going in the right direction. And I think from a policy standpoint, regulators and leaders need to be mindful of the policies that they set.
Are you seeing lenders becoming more comfortable in the franchise financing world?
I think they are, and we're seeing it, I think, from some of the historical franchise lenders. They're coming back into it in a larger way. Also, some of the community banks. I think increasingly, community banks are identifying franchise lending as something to be taken seriously and for them to invest time into. It's one of the things that we think is compelling about what we're trying to do. We match up a business owner with a wide array of lenders. It's what we do at Boefly. And the opportunity for a small franchisee to get in front of a wide array of lenders, not just go to the usual suspects.
Wow, that's sure a nice segue, getting in front of lenders. Tell us about your event in Boston on April 3rd.
Yeah, so the idea is that we heard from a number of our franchise brands. We work with about 125 brands that rely on Boefly to support their franchisees. And we heard from them that they want to really tell their own story, to educate bankers about why their brand's so relevant and why their franchisees are good lending candidates. So we're bringing together 8 brands. These are all national brands. I'll take them off if you don't mind real quickly, Bob. We have Kitty Academy,
okay.
Mark.
I want you to focus on, my audience tends to be small business lenders, so tick them off and tell them why should they get on a plane and go to Boston?
Yeah, and so the brands are Kitty Academy, Martinizing Dry Cleaning, Cups Frozen Yogurt, Checkers, Uno's, Hardee's, Great Clips, Been There, Dump That. And these are all brands, many of which you know well, you go to and you visit and you enjoy their products. But from a banker's perspective, you're always challenged with how do I originate new loans? And how can I find deal flow? And how can I find deal flow that is risk adjusted? And what I mean by that is, if you get comfortable with a Kitty Academy, you put $1-2 million to work, either 7A or even traditional 504 lending, you want to get comfortable with the brand. And so the idea of the conference is these executives from the brand come out and tell their story to a room full of bankers.
Sounds like a great event. Mike Rozman, co-president, Boefly, Needham, Massachusetts. Mike, thanks for joining us.
Thanks for having me, Bob.